Well, it was a fun one-day of harvest. I've already been demoted. Cameron and Colton are taking over, at least for today. Wow, you can't see anything looking into the sun. Morning! Welcome to Friday. Yeah, it's no big deal. I got a handful of other projects I need to work on today, so made sense to send them too. Plus, they're going to have an even longer haul than yesterday by a couple of miles. They're going to be sitting even more. Plus, all the other... Oh, there's talk we'll have 3 more trucks today. So maybe it won't be too bad for them. First thing we're doing, though, is raking hay. Humidity's already dropped down enough. We can go get started already. Alright, we're up and running. 30 acres. Well, truly 40 because we got a corner. So 40 acres of alfalfa needs raked. Let it lay all day. We can bale it tonight. Hey, Mondo's back! Alright! We've already gained 1 truck from yesterday. His wasn't quite done getting work done. Better get going, Cam. You got a whole pile of trucks waiting on you. Talk about a productivity killer. I'm only going 6.5. I raked 30 acres of alfalfa faster than I'm going to rake 8 acres of weeds and junk. Just because of how rough it is. Oh, we're having fun though, right? Right? It's the maiden voyage for a brand new Hitchcock. First load. They went and picked it up at the factory yesterday. Well, that's enough fun raking for the day. On to the next project. Just dropped Bart off back there at the mower. You can see him. He's going to bring that back. We're out east of town right now. He's going to bring that back out north, unhook it, get the duals on, get that tractor hooked up to the hay drill. I'm going to go start tillage, I guess. Oh, now for the fun part of today. Cameron's going to be so pissed. So yeah, when I told him he was on a chopper today, he goes, why? I go, I got a lot of other projects I got to work on. I didn't tell him I'm stealing his tillage job. Yeah, this is going to piss him off. Just when I was about to go have fun, I got to take VT over to where they're opening. Go Diskins. So the guys finished where they were at. They already got the next 30 already opened up, punched a hole. Try and get the ends smoothed up for these trucks so they don't have to bounce through these tracks so bad. So this thing's pretty cool. You can adjust the gang angle. Right now we got it at the max setting, 15 degrees. It'll adjust all the way down to like 0 basically. But as you can see, it almost turns into a disc. But we were arguing last night whether we need a rip or VT before planting alfalfa. I told the tuna, I go, the only downside to the VT is it doesn't bury enough stubble. You're gonna have to work it 2 or 3 times before you can float it. Look at all that stubble still showing. I know it's not a whole lot, but that would be a mess trying to float. Plus, I also kind of agree with Bart. If you don't rip your hay stand, it'll be a great stand, but it won't grow very good. We've got several fields where we've tried the no-till, and we're going to try some more no-till this year, but it doesn't want to grow as good as conventional tillage. It sucks, but I don't know what else to do. If you remember when we bought this, I took it just for a quick test drive, a couple acres. We were going way too deep. Well, I adjusted the depth, but I don't think I adjusted it enough because we don't need to go that deep. So I'm gonna raise it up, adjust the depth a little, raise up my back levelers a little, get a little more chopping going with the discs. Need a little more mixing than that. Moved it up to B on the depth gauge. That brought it up good 4, 5, 6 inches. Oh, I forgot to adjust those guys, but actually now that I'm up a little bit, it's nice and level. I like it. Program in a GPS line because I'm too damn dumb and lazy to get the op center all set up to where it transfer automatically. Do that this winter. Let's get going. Okay, running 5 mile an hour, about 3/4 power, 10% slip. This is gonna take a little while.
can see it's my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul.
So the never-ending battle around here is me bouncing in the middle between the Tuna and Bart. Tuna's got all these crazy ideas, and Bart wants all these conventional ideas. And I'm always bouncing in the middle. You know, Tuna, we need to rake a day sooner. Bart, we need to rake a day later. I'm in the middle. Alfalfa. Bart wants to tear it up, land plane it with the Holcomb land plane, get it good and hard, because you need a very hard surface for alfalfa. But you want those roots to be able to go deep so it can grow. Tuna wants to do more no-till. I see the pros and cons of both. So again, I'm stuck in the middle. Because I agree, I think conventional tillage, you know, deep tillage, you're gonna have better production out of the plants. No-till, obviously huge cost savings, but you also get a much better stand because you have that residue there instead of just a dirt field that you got to worry about crusting on you. So there's pros and cons both ways. So I was just talking to the Tuna. We're talking, well, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. And he just ends it with, well, I don't know, do whatever, and hangs up. And I'm like, I don't like that, no. So either way, this 33 acres is obviously getting tilled, gonna get floated. We've got 25 and 40, you guys were with me spraying here a couple weeks ago, that we're hoping to no-till. We're debating on the 40 maybe going and doing tillage and just no-tilling the 25. I don't know, we can't make up our mind. Alright, I don't want to, but I am gonna stop for lunch. God, this pulls hard in places. Maxing out the power. I'm gonna stop for lunch because I need to go home and do some stuff on the computer, checking truck permits and some bail numbers. So I've got a couple things I need to go get done. Why is it pulling so hard right here? Look at the truck behind me. Yeah, I got a couple things I need to go get done, and then we'll come back to this. But we started after 10:30. I mean, a little over an hour. We've already done the outside tower and the overhead. We're doing about 10 acres an hour. That's insane. That's almost double the productivity. Basically right at double the productivity of the old one. I like the new Ripper. I wish the disc did more. I like the new Ripper. Chopper guys called. They're on the move again. So, back to the VT. Well, that was a gigantic waste of time. We're heading over there and I can see the VT moving. So Caleb will keep going because some trucker obviously is taking it over there for him. So I'll move the truck and I can bring it back to here. Get over there, there's no truck. I don't have the slightest idea who's in it. Haven't got a Snapchat back from either of them for who's in it, so hell do I know. I will say this tractor and Ripper is a whole lot rougher than the old one was when you got to go back across the ends and hit the little bit that you ripped. Good night. That was a tire track. Can't blame the Ripper for that. Not bad. Not bad. 420. We're done. Let's go see if the Schmeiser is hooked up so we can get smoothing it. Alright. See? Schmeiser. Okay. So here's the two things we got going on against us. The stalks are still a little green. The ground's a little wet. Because the Tuna irrigated this with the last run. I got an inch of water on it. So we're going to fight like hell against that, and apparently fight like hell against seeing out the windows. So we're just going to look this way. So that's going to be a problem, as you'll see at some point. But my theory is, if I drag this around, it's going to help dry stuff out. Might have to wait a while before we can do a final pass on it, but I figure this will help us get started. It was kind of funny because I parked the Ripper, and right as I was pulling up to the shop is when Bart and Junior were pulling this up to the shop. Helped get the hydraulics plugged in. Junior threw some grease at it. But he's much better at it than I am because, you know, mine just bounced off his stuck. So, got everything greased up, fueled up, ready to go. I brought it down here. I don't know what else to say. We're going to go back and forth for a while, see what happens. So you can see kind of the streaks back there from the moisture. Let's run that wiper. Doesn't make it any better back there. No, it does not. Hey, I think you guys can see the streaks. Got corn stalks building up, kind of causing some issues. If you notice, these tires really aren't leaving a mark. Or am I pointing? Yeah. These tires really aren't leaving a mark where these are leaving a lot. It's because there's no dirt in the corner of the blade over there because I've got some corn stalks wedged in it, causing a mess. I still think this is worthwhile, even though it's not leaving it ideal, because traditionally you run this twice, then the Holcomb land plane once, then plane. So for a first pass with this, to be smoothing it out as much as it is, yeah, is it perfect? No, obviously. But it's a hell of a lot better than it was. So, we're going to keep going. At least for like another hour. I think we might call it a day. Chopping crew must be calling it a day. Aaron's in the yard. That's the second truck I've seen here. Armando's headed home. They're all bugging out for the night. Our theory is, and we try to stick to this theory as much as possible, Chopper's running 8 a.m. Last truck to the scale 7 p.m. Too much bad stuff happens in the dark. We try to avoid that wherever we can. Every once in a while you're pushing, here comes a storm, we'll run a couple extra hours, but typical day, last truck at the scale 7 p.m. It is 5:40 now. It's an hour round trip. And for all these guys, it really sucks because if it wasn't cloudy, they'd be staring into the sun on their whole trip back home. So we try to stick to that as best we can, but you know, such is life. Doesn't always work that way. Alright, it's almost 6:30. I don't care anymore. Colton's stealing beer from me. It's time to go to the shop, figure out tomorrow's plan. Now, because you can't even see it through all the dust. The tractor's back there in that dust pile. But because it's out in the pivot, and I am paranoid, I'm gonna do that, so I don't have to worry about some weird ass glitch at 2 a.m. starting that up and breaking my tractor. I've seen way too many videos and pictures of sprinklers on top of equipment that were left in the way. I've even seen a couple around here. Luckily not us yet. But we try to be very meticulous about never parking in a pivot. We kind of sort of have a plan for tomorrow. Sounds like for me more of the same. Colton and Cam gonna keep chopping. That is a beautiful picture. 3 choppers ready to roll. Guys, I'm going home. We got college football starting tomorrow. Good God, life is good. Something of a sunset if you can even see it. Either way, I'll catch you guys in the next one.